This is Streetman Sam, and I engineered, produced and played on Graham.M.Dutton's debut single, Good as Gold to Me. So I've known Graham around 12 years now, as I'm married to his beautiful daughter Sally, and I first met him in Slim Jim's Rock Bar in Upper Street, Islington. He was down visiting one weekend, and you know, you couldn't wish to meet a more genuine, kinder soul than Graham. He's a beautiful person, he really is. He's got a great personality and a huge passion for music. He's been playing guitar and in bands for years, and he's still gigging with his brother Raymond in an acoustic duo, acting up around the northeast and northwest, sorry. And you know, we've always you know, talked about, you know, recording some of his songs, and down the years, you know, he's given me guitar pedals and this beautiful guitar. He gave me this beautiful Washburn electroacoustic guitar, which I've used many times. And just put that back. Yeah, so we spoke about, you know, recording some songs, and in 2023, I think it was June sometime, Graham come down, and he come down from the Friday to the Monday, and Sally had lots of things planned for him, as she usually does, and so I said, right, I said the Monday morning, I said we've got 3 or 4 hours to record. It turned out to be 3, and before he went home, and on the Friday evening he'd give me a CD to listen to the song that he wanted to record, which is Good as Gold to Me. He's one of his previous bands that he was in with Sally's uncle Michael Houghton, and they co-wrote the song together, and Graham doing the music and Michael doing the lyrics, and they've got quite a few songs. And you know, I put the CD in, and I remember Graham saying to me, you know, I don't think you'll like this. I don't know if it'll be your kind of thing. And but as soon as the opening guitar riff comes in, when my foot was tapping, and you know, I loved it, and you know, really wanted to make a good recording of the song and sort of update it a bit. So yeah, Monday morning come around, and we sort of set up, and you know, I got Graham playing guitar, and he actually used my Fender acoustic to record. I think that was just a bit better recording tone than the Washburn, and you know, it's not easy when you're not used to playing to a click, you know, on the computer. And I use Logic Pro X software, and you know, cause you sit down and you play generally, but you know, when you got your headphones on and you got a click going, and you've got to keep time, you know, it's not easy, and if you're not used to that, so you know, it took a while. We sort of got the arrangement mapped out, and added a few things, and we got Graham, and he done, you know, a couple of good takes on the guitar, and we got him to do it twice, and they called it double tracking, so you get to put it left and then right, and you get a whole stereo balance of it, and you know, that sounded really good. And then we set the mic up. I recorded for a Lewitt 440 pure mic, so I just bought that, and wanted to test that out, so that sounded really good. And yeah, we got the mic set up for Graham, and you know, he did really well singing you know, the song, and we only had 3 hours, you know, and it was quite fast paced, and you know, and he sung the song, and we got him to double some lines, and you know, and then on one part, so when you hear the track, you'll hear a female vocal part on the chorus and the bridge, and that is actually Sally. So because when I said to Graham, I said, oh, I hear some sort of oohs and ahs and that kind of thing, and when he tried to do it, it was just too high for him in his vocal range, you know. And he said to me that back in the day, his guitarist in the band would do the higher kind of stuff, and you know, if something's not in your vocal range, that's it. So we sort of looked at each other and went, that's not going to work. But I said, I know a person who can do that, and so yeah, got Sally to do the backing vocals, convinced her to do it. She wasn't that convinced at the start, but I knew what she could do. She's got a great ear for music, and I've heard her sing around the house many a time, and that. But yeah, with Graham, and then we thought we'd finished the song, and we were due to go to Euston because Sally was waiting for us. We was going to have lunch, and if you listen to the last sort of choruses, the outro choruses, he sings different words going in each time. So what I was going to do was copy and paste like the other choruses, but because he was singing different lines, so we sort of had to grab him back, and I said, give me 15 more minutes, you know, and I'll get to Euston on time. and you know, so we sort of you know, quickly done them last choruses, and yeah, it was a pleasure working with Graham. You know, we've got a great bond, and it was a buzz, and you know, to see him and hear him do his stuff, and his harmonising on the track is great. You know, when he couldn't do them high bits that Sally done, he said, "Oh, can I just try harmonising?" And that was the first time I'd worked with someone who could just harmonise off the bat, you know, and it was a pleasure to listen to it and be part of. But yeah, so when Graham left, I took him quickly down to Euston, and we had a quick pint in the Euston tap, and before he set off, and then I sort of come back and I had to learn sort of the main guitar bit that his guitarist in the band had played, so the main guitar riff, and so yeah, so sat down and learnt that and recorded that. So this is my Fender acoustic that Graham actually recorded the song on, and if you see, it's got quite a slim neck. It's like an electric neck on an acoustic, but it's an electro-acoustic, and this guitar was given to me by my dad Bob, and it's a beautiful sounding guitar, really is, and means a lot to me. So for my electric parts that I recorded, I used my Fender Strat, which is, this guitar has been with me, God, through thick and thin, over 20 years, and it's a beautiful guitar, and I named it Annie after my mum, who's called Anne, but you know, this is called Annie, and yeah, beautiful guitar, and I played all the rhythm tracks on this, and sounded really good, and we was going for kind of a big country rock kind of vibe, so yeah, this worked a treat. So for my electric solos that I played on the record, I played them through this guitar, which was gifted to me by my dad again. You know, it's a remodeled 63, 62 Strat, and if you see it, it's got, you know, it's a relic, it's beat up, it's, you know, it's absolutely beautiful. This is by far the best, and probably will be the best guitar I will ever play. You know, it's just magic in it, and I got this and decided to try and do the solos on it, and when Graham heard it, you know, it was like, yes, that is the guitar, and yeah, beautiful sound, so good to play, and thank you, Dad, and you know, I'm just yeah, very lucky, and it sounded superb on the record, and I played two solos on it, one in the middle of the song and sort of the outro, so yeah, check it out on the record. It sounds great. So after recording all the drums, and as I say, I used MIDI drums and recorded the drums through the computer, and I had Graham's guitars and the vocals and my guitars, and I laid down some keys as well. I'm not a keyboard player, but I sort of laid down a bit of piano, which was quite fun, and you know, it worked with the track. And but we needed a bass line, so thankfully my brother-in-law Stu Wilson is a superb bass player, and he was coming down with the family in July or August of 2023. So we said, right, we got some, you know, some stuff to do, and you know, I'd sent him the track, and he'd sort of worked on it, and he come down with his Fender bass, and yeah, Stu is a brilliant bass player, and I can play bass, but you know, I always say I'm like a guitarist playing bass. You can hear it. Where Stu, when he started playing, you know, it was a proper bass player, and he's influenced by James Jamerson, one of the greatest bass players ever, who wrote some of the most famous bass lines ever. And yeah, so we got Stu down, and he was recording, and his little boy Rory was about 13 months then, and he was crawling under the chair while we was recording and banging some maracas, and but yeah, that was a really great day, and so yeah, Stu laid down the bass, and thank you very much, Stu. And then yeah, it was ready to mix, and so we sent it off to Old Street Studios, which is just at the top of my road, just off of Old Street, and Shelby Logan Warren mixed it, and Shelby's no longer with Old Street, but you know, she's done a great job, and yeah, it was superb. And Jerry, the owner of Old Street Studios, he mastered it, and we got that back. And yeah, you know, it's the record is obviously out now, so please go and listen to it, download it, stream it, however, you know, go on the YouTube channel. Please check out Graham's YouTube channel. So yeah, Graham's coming down to record the second single. We started demoing that. He's coming down in July 2024. So yeah, it's really looking forward to that. And we sort of you know, been to and fro some ideas, and I've sort of created a demo for him. He gave me an acoustic sort of demo, and I've been putting some drums to it already. So yeah, but yeah, once again, just want to say what a buzz it was working with Graham, and I'm really proud of him, and you know, the fact that he's 77 and releasing his debut single. So to anyone, you're never too old, you know. It's yeah, I think it's a great achievement, and it's the first song release that I've ever engineered and produced, and I'm really proud of it. And it's sort of, you know, a proud moment for the family, you know, me, Graham, Sally on the backing vocals, Stu on bass, and not forgetting Katie, Sally's sister. She shot the front cover, which you can see in the back there. But yeah, it's but yeah, get online, support the song, please. Graham deserves it. And yeah, thank you very much for listening. All the best.